Hello, crypto family. Welcome back to Zip Tips Crypto channel, where we break down the hottest trends shaking up the blockchain world. I am Zip and just getting back from an XRP conference where I met some fantastic folks in the community. Had an absolute blast, great time, and did some networking there and learned about some of the upcoming opportunities that we will all have afforded to us. I'm excited to be back and give you the macro views of digital assets and where the future is going. Today, we've got some massive updates for you. 3 game changers that I'm going to focus on that are transforming the financial world and allowing you, me, everyone, the ability to profit from it by owning the technical software that will operate the financial system for the next 50 years and beyond. The FDIC just gave banks the green light to dive into crypto without permission. We're going to talk about Tommy Tuberville's bill that is going to allow us to invest our 401ks and ride the crypto wave that's going on, and also talk about Blackrock's builder fund and the tokenization that is the future of finance. So buckle up, because we're unpacking how this could turbocharge all of our investments, the macro picture, and how crypto is absolutely going mainstream. Please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and let's go ahead and jump in. Now, this is an older video by Raoul Pal that just demonstrates the opportunity that we have available right before us, and hopefully that you are taking part of. If you are brand new to this crypto environment, this crypto community, there's a lot of information out there. Just please do your own research and make sure you understand the projects that you are investing in. For me, I'm a utility maxi. My portfolio looks like XRP, HBAR, XLM, SHX, XDC, but all real world utility that is actually transforming the financial institutions and environment right before our eyes. So let's listen to Raoul about the opportunity before us.
You've got an ability to create enormous wealth on a distributed basis to all sorts of people who are not included. My personal view is this industry goes from a $2.5 trillion industry today and probably hits about 100 trillion by about 2032 or so. That's just extrapolating the normal adoption curve, not doing anything crazy. That growth from 2.5 trillion to 100 trillion would be the fastest, largest accumulation of wealth in all human history. But for once, it's in the hands of the many. This was a retail revolution. The retail front ran the institutions. So people have this once in a lifetime chance to be able to invest in this infrastructure layer of the internet and have an ownership of it. And that is incredibly egalitarian and democratic in ways that the financial system has not been.
Again, we have the opportunity. You are literally invested in, if you're in this crypto market, utility cryptos, you are invested in the technical stack that is operating. And we've been able to, as Raoul put there, front run, so to speak, the institutions, because now we're going to discuss the institutions and the onboarding that is absolutely going on to give that macro picture. But as he had stated there, we need to look long term. This is not a get rich quick asset for me. Yes, you can build instant riches many times, but I have a long term, and I believe everyone should have a long term macro view of creating wealth, generational wealth in many instances for our families. So let's switch gears here and talk about what is going on within the institutions. We had on March 28th, the FDIC, the folks that insure our bank deposits right now, say, hey, banks, we're here to supervise. You can now dive into crypto related stuff, assets like holding digital coins, digital assets, or offering crypto services. This is what I've been talking about for many months now. And FDIC is saying the banks do not have to ask for permission first. We know previously in the previous administration, Choke Point 2.0, they were trying to hold all of this back, but there's been so much energy now with the new administration, the new SEC. We're seeing all this implementation going on and the regulatory guidance, which we need, falling suit and in place. So the old rules, it's gone. It's been rescinded with this new rule, FIL 7 2025. So again, big picture this. Our banks are going to start offering crypto accounts. This isn't a tomorrow thing. It's coming. It's got to be tested. It's got to be vetted. It's got to be built out, but it's going to allow you to buy crypto right where you keep your savings, or custody crypto right where you have your savings. Use your crypto for loans and leverage capabilities, or teaming up with companies to make the payments faster, i.e. XRP, XLM, a lot of the technologies that I talk about. This change right here cuts the red tape so that banks have the capability to jump into crypto quicker. And then it falls in line with the OCC implementation and the change that came out. And I reported on in some of my videos about a month ago. Again, all of the regulatory guidance, all of the capabilities are now falling in place for the banks. And they're teaming up right alongside the president's working group on digital assets, which was set by an executive order. We saw that, and I've talked about that in January of 2025, to figure out more rules and more capabilities to implement these technologies. This absolutely means clearer guidelines on what the banks can do. Again, as I mentioned, like lending against our crypto assets, our digital assets. It's a sign that the US government is 100% behind this, and it is moving to mainstream extremely fast. And the banks have to be and are part of the big shift that is going on. Other news and things that are going on. Senator Tommy Tuberville introduced a bill allowing Americans to invest their retirement funds in crypto. Again, we're seeing these changes and we're seeing the bills being implemented to allow what? Our 401ks to be part of this environment. Sounds absolutely crazy and wild to many that are going to be listening to this. If you're just diving into this digital asset world, crypto, for as we call it and shorten it many times, it sounds crazy. But Tuberville is dropping a game-changing bill to make this happen. So let's break down and discuss and see why this is absolutely huge for many Americans. Now, you can already do this to some extent. I use iTrustCapital, and I mentioned that. The link's in the description if it's something that you're interested in, but they have a Roth solution. The problem with the Roth solution is there's a limited cap there to allow you to be invested in a Roth utilizing crypto. For many, I believe it's $6,500 right now. Depending on your age, you may be able to do up to $8,000 a year. But that's already available to you. So just from a historic perspective, what I did many years ago, because I'm generally not, I don't talk about things that I haven't done or that I haven't vetted and researched. But I moved an old Roth IRA into iTrustCapital, and my old Fidelity Roth, I was happy to earn, 15% or so. And those are the normal rates that we've been trained to expect and be happy with. But I moved it in to a crypto environment to where I could buy XRP, HBAR, and many, many other assets that are within the iTrust environment. And, I've done very well there. And so that opportunity is there. But this bill specifically is going to allow us to, and is proposing the capability to use our 401k. So many of us work for companies that they give us a 401k and they match it. Many of you are going to be familiar with that. But this bill, it's going to allow no more begging the government for permission to invest in crypto. It'll allow you also to invest within your 401ks through self-directed accounts, through brokerage windows, and you're going to be able to pick your investments. This is absolutely huge. And many Americans have 401ks already. So again, just an environment change to give us one more point of entry. Many millions and millions of Americans, a point of entry utilizing their 401ks to be invested in this digital asset environment. Exciting news. And just historically, again, this has been tried to be passed previously, and we'll listen to what he has to say now and the historical impact of when they tried to pass this in the Biden administration, but they just absolutely would not let it go through. But we have that opportunity now. Let's listen to this.
The Biden administration just hammered the American people with regulations. And tomorrow I'm dropping a bill called the Financial Freedoms Act. And it allows families and individuals to invest their retirement funds into crypto. Now, President Trump has become the crypto president. And we want to help him with this. This will be something good for everybody. Diversify. This is a free country. Do what you want with your money. But the Biden administration, they didn't want anything to do with.
Again, do what you want to do with your money, but be careful and make sure you do your own research. Listen to channels like this, listen to other channels. Just be very careful out there as you're transgressing this environment if you're brand new to the markets. But exciting news and more to come. Again, thriving in 2025. We're seeing the regulations being established, the Stablecoin Act that's being pushed, that the president wants it on his desk by August, which hopefully we get it before then. And then right behind that, they're working on the actual crypto digital asset framework that also needs to be done. We have to get these regulations in place so that the larger institutions know exactly how to handle this environment, which leads us to Blackrock. Now let's listen to Larry Fink. Again, this is a little bit of an older video, but it captures exactly where we are going. And I reported on this when it first came out, but where we are going with tokenization, everything in the future will be tokenized. Is that a tomorrow switch that's going to happen? Not in my opinion. It takes time. And as I stated moments ago, we need the regulation first, but let's listen to Larry as he talks about tokenization.
We believe the next step going forward will be the tokenization of financial assets. And that means every stock, every bond will have its own, basically, CUSIP. It'll be on one general ledger. Every investor, you and I, will have our own number, our own identification. We could rid ourselves of all issues around illicit activities around bonds and stocks and digital by having a tokenization. But the most importantly thing, we can customize strategies through tokenization that fits every individual. We would have instantaneous settlement. Think about all the costs of settling bonds and stocks. But if you had a tokenization, everything would be immediate because it's just a line item. And so we believe this is a technological transformation for financial assets. I believe if you want to talk about voting and voting choice and all the things, if we know every moment who is the owner of that stock and it's now time to vote,
Again, immediate 24/7 realization with tokenization of assets. So what has BlackRock done? BlackRock has created with Securitize real world tokenization using their builder fund with their builder fund. So again, BlackRock, $10 trillion in assets, has launched the BlackRock USD Institutional Digital Liquidity Fund, or builder for short, on the blockchain. They've partnered with Securitize, who is a huge name in turning real world assets like cash, bonds, treasury bonds into tokens on the blockchain using the technology that we own. Why is this a game changer? Again, you heard it right from Larry. It's BlackRock saying that basically digital assets, crypto, is not a fad. This is the future, ladies and gentlemen. And that's why I'm putting out this content. I want everyone, I want to bring as many folks on board now as this stuff is being implemented into the real world. They're tokenizing boring stuff in finance like, again, cash, treasuries, and eventually real estate. Anything and everything you can think of will be on the blockchain in the next 5 to 10 years. This is the next generation of the markets using the new technology. And as Larry said, it's going to slash costs. It's going to speed up deals. And maybe, again, one day, my house, your house will be tokenized on the blockchain, and we'll be able to implement and invest in environments with the tap of a button. So with the FDIC, the OCC greenlighting banks for crypto, and bills like Senator Tuberville's pushing 401ks into the game, this is absolutely going to explode tokenized assets, which is just the next iteration of what we're seeing unfold between our eyes leading up in the next 5 to 10 years. I always speak macro view, 2030, 2035. Hold on, because it is exciting. Now, and that's about all I have for you today, crypto enthusiasts. But again, what we talked about, the FDIC cutting red tape for banks, Tuberville's trying to get our 401ks some freedom so we can invest in these markets with those capabilities. And then the Blackrock's Builder Fund paving the way for the tokenized future. We are standing on the edge of a revolution, a financial digital asset revolution for more access, more trust, and what we're all here for, more gains in our portfolios that we have. Again, nothing I say is financial advice, but I'd like to hear what you think. Will this finally make digital assets in crypto the king of finance? Is that the transformation that we're seeing? I believe so, but I want to hear your comments. Drop those down below. Don't forget to smash the like button if you learned something new, and subscribe, and so you get those bell notifications for future Zip tips. Until next time, keep purchasing those assets and stay ahead of the game so we can spend time in the future on the most beautiful beaches of the world together. With that, Zip is out.